What up? What up? What up? What up? Mic check, mic check. What's happening, everybody? It's your brother Nubreed coming back with another live stream. Y'all know what I'm here for. I'm here to exploit white dysfunction. It is what it is. It's time that somebody holds a magnifying glass up on white degeneracy. That's right. But not to be facetious, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of drama going on with these Epstein files. And I'm going to give y'all some information that not too many people are talking about. And it's going to be a very valuable history lesson. So you can know how scandalous and treacherous all these folks are. Man, listen now. Listen. Hold on. We're going to get back to that one. Listen, it's crazy, the stuff that I'm reading in these emails, and then I'm doing all this searching. Because look, I'm all in the mix with everything that's going on in them emails. Soon as a new email hit, I'm typing, I'm researching names, I'm looking up this person, looking up that person, I'm piecing everything together. It's crazy. The journalism is off the chain right now. And some of the things I discovered, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to believe this. We're talking about Trump. We're talking about Bill and Hillary Clinton. And we're also going to be talking about another man named Vince Foster, who mysteriously died that they called a self-deletion. And we got to talk about that as well. But y'all got to get the likes up, double tap the screen on the way in. First and foremost, let me share some video footage with y'all. Let's just come right out the gate swinging, so you can understand where I'm going with this.
With the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Yeah, because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
Continued self-implosion of the Democrat Party. This implosion is going to take a while because their base is stupid. But they released a treasure trove of Epstein emails that link Donald Trump to pederasty. So all the people who are protecting minor attracted people are I'm very confused. Very confused. But of course, the left, the talking heads, all of these people, even some people on the right, Trump's name is mentioned in an Epstein email. Therefore, don't even have to read the email. No. Reading comprehension, literacy skills, throw that out the window. It's clearly bad for blah, blah. Meanwhile, I did a whole show on this.
Listen, Trump's name was mentioned 20,000 times in them Epstein emails. Now he want to go tell people to go ahead and release the files. We ain't even got through the damn emails yet. His name was mentioned 20,000 times. So Trump saying go ahead and release the files now, that's a deflection. Trying to make it seem like he's still in control. Let's go.
Yesterday, but the emails, they completely exonerate Trump. And holy balls, they might have severely incriminated Hillary Clinton. Oh, man.
Yo, Hillary Clinton, her ass is going to jail, bro. Bill Clinton got to go to jail too, bro. They listen. And Trump, his ass got to go to jail too. They all of them, toss all of them away. Stow all of them away. Now, before this guy even gets into his rhetoric, I got to inform you, before he gets into it, I got to inform you who this Vaughn guy is. I mean, Vince Foster. I got to break this down to you. Vince Foster. Let's break it down briefly.
When Vince Foster left his White House office on that July day in 1993, he told his secretary that he would be back. But the deputy White House counsel and boyhood friend of Bill Clinton never returned. And almost 3 years later, theories and speculation about his...
Now notice boyhood friend was who? Make sure y'all paying attention.
Counsel and boyhood friend of Bill Clinton never
Boyhood friend of Bill Clinton.
returned. And almost 3 years later, theories and speculation about his mysterious death live on. On July 20th, 1993, Vincent Foster's body was found here in Fort Marcy Park in Northern Virginia.
Just right outside of D.C., in case you don't know. Not too far from the White House. Now, I believe the murder mystery has been solved all these years ago. Now, I want to read this email. So, apparently, Hillary Clinton was freaking off with Foster. Yep, she was freaking off. Yep. See, we was talking about how Bill was getting topped off in the White House. Oh, Hillary was doing her dirt too. Now, now Bill, he was just out there with everything, but Hillary, according to the Epstein emails, she was getting busy out here with this guy. So I'm going to read the email. You may not be able to see the whole thing, but it reads, and this email is from Jeffrey Epstein to Michael Wolff. And the subject reads, Trump, high importance. It says, Nussbaum, White House counsel, Hillary doing naughties with Vince. What's the thumbnail on Nas Foster? Maybe you can ask why Bernie Nussbaum got Vince Foster letter so quickly. That is a Hillary problem. You can ask why Bernie Nussbaum got Vince Foster letter quickly. That's a Hillary problem. He would smile. Then you can ask his relationship with the electricians union and Mar-a-Lago and go out. Wow. Look, we had a whole lovers quarrel, bro. This is like these Europeans is out here wilding. So Hillary allegedly was getting her back blown out by Vince Foster. And he mysteriously gets lined up. And these emails are connecting Trump in it somehow. And Bill is, you already know that's Bill Clinton's wife. I mean, listen, they out in the White House getting just crazy with it. And so, I'm out here just exploiting white degeneracy because, somebody got to talk about this. Somebody got to talk about how damn ghetto the White House is. Right? So, so I'm going to read a little bit more of this email, then we're going to go into more what happened to Vince Foster. It goes, this is crazy. And it's several emails. Here's the next one. And this one's on Wednesday, May. All of these emails are from 2016. Michael Wolff wrote, job is to get the hard ones in without being ejected from the room. What's the one question that pierces through? This is crazy. And then the response, do you want to be proactive? Trump shuttle, Hawaiian tropic contest. Mortgage on Mar-a-Lago, revenue of golf courses as income, total costs. People don't want to contribute money. He said he is worth over 10 billion. Why should they? So now they speaking in code. They talking that rich talk. They talking that rich talk right here, right? But somehow Trump is mixed in all of this. He's mixed in all of this. Could it be because Trump was blowing Bubba? Trump might have been blowing Bubba at the time, and Hillary was getting her black blown out by Vince Foster. So, what I'm saying? Everybody just swapping bodily fluids, everybody just smashing everybody. This is just a wild scenario, right? Now let's go back. Here. Let's go.
Just outside of the District of Columbia. But that's about the only thing about Foster's death that all parties can agree on. How Foster's body got here, even how Foster died. is still not clear. The 1994 report by independent counsel Robert Fisk says the evidence overwhelmingly supports the conclusion that Vincent Foster killed himself in Fort Marcy Park, and adds, quote, "There is no evidence to the contrary."
Now, there's no evidence to that man offing himself. Now, it has been said in the Epstein files that Hillary was getting her cheeks clapped. Hillary was getting her cheeks clapped according to these emails, man. Now, in case y'all thinking that Bill Clinton ain't deadly, I'm gonna throw another name y'all way. We're gonna go back to this. I told you when stuff be happening, I be doing my research. I'm like, hold on, what's going on with these folks? So I'm gonna take y'all to another name. I'm gonna take y'all to another name real quick. And this name is Hale Boggs. Hale Boggs, former United States representative, died 1973 in a plane accident, right? And this guy, he was pretty much voting for they were trying to figure out the JFK assassination, right? He was put on board. He was one of the few people who pushed back and say, no, that's not the way JFK died. It is what it is. This is not how JFK died. He gave a lot of resistance. He didn't believe in a one-shot theory, things of that nature. Will y'all guess who drove him to the airport? The airport in which he came up missing. Some engine failure. They say his body was missing. Y'all take one guess who drove this man to the airport. Come on, y'all. Talk to me. Well, y'all taking too damn long. It was Bill Clinton. It was Bubba. Drove him to the airport. So what I want y'all to understand is these Illuminati, satanic, demonic people, man, they got a lot of blood on their hands. They got a lot of blood on their hands, man. Allegedly he had something to do with it. It was Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton drove this guy to the airport where he was missing. So don't put it past Bill. And I'm just showing you that. And then guess what? After that, Bill was a future president. He ended up a president because this is how they'll set you up. This is how they'll set you up. They'll put you in certain positions to do what they tell you to do. You carry through with the mission. You get the job done. You get rewarded. These people will take their own mamas out. These people will take their own sisters and brothers out. They will sacrifice anybody to get to that next level. So when I want y'all to understand the movie Hotel Rwanda, that's about the Clintons. The Clintons, they a vicious family, bro. Hillary and Bill, they something else. I'm telling you, they some shady, corrupted demons out here. Now let's get more on this Vince Foster guy, right? So far, I hope y'all following this story here, right? Because this is wild. This is wild. And these files are revealing everything. Now, it's all making sense now.
But that is simply not true. Here are just some of the inconsistencies, many from Fisk's own report. Police say Foster walked to the edge of this steep berm, sat down, and pressed a 1913 .38 caliber pistol deep against the back of his mouth, back to the civil gunshot. Foster's fingerprints were not on the weapon.
His fingerprints wasn't on the weapon. So y'all got to understand, this is the stuff they do. Like, when they have the, listen, you get Charlie Kirk out here. When in politics in America, if something is not going in line with the grain, if you threaten to snitch, yo, you go, hey, listen, they wrap you up, they pack you up, and you don't hear nothing about it. You don't know who did what. You don't know who did what. No face, no case. That way. I'm telling you, and they try to make it seem like our people are the biggest criminals. No. This whole government is ran by elite criminal enterprise. And they get away with murder. There's a lot of extortion that goes on. There's a lot of adultery, a lot of a lot of just evil on both sides, Democrats and Republicans. It's a shady game. That's why you can't be trusting the damn government. Yep, if you cross the line, you got to go. This is how they get down.
Foster's wife had trouble identifying the gun as her husband's. The .38 was made from 2 guns, fitting the classic profile of a hard-to-trace drop gun.
A hard-to-trace drop gun. That's probably government edition. And then come to find out, Hillary was doing the nasty with dude. And it was Bill Clinton's childhood friend. This was Bill Clinton's childhood friend. Come on now. What are we talking about? What are we saying here?
Often used to make murders look like suicides. Foster was covered from head to toe with carpet fibers. Blood tracks on his face and shoulder indicate his head had been moved in as many as 4 positions after he allegedly pulled the trigger.
So they were just moving the body around to make it look a certain way. This is crazy.
Vincent Foster, the Ruddy investigation.
There's been a tremendous reluctance by authorities to look into this case. We saw that Robert Fisk came along and basically rubber-stamped the police investigation. His FBI agents went before Congress and said the Park Police made no major errors in their case, which is laughable. Ken Starr, the independent counsel, said he was going to look into this, but we know that he has been unwilling to get to the bottom of this.
Starr's lead prosecutor quit last year after he said he was kept from pursuing the case too vigorously. There were plenty of witnesses in the park the day Foster was found, and you're about to hear from one of them. Washington, D.C. resident Patrick Knowlton was at Fort Marcy about
Probably a crisis actor.
an hour before Foster's body was discovered, and he agreed to this exclusive interview with CBN News. Knowlton has passed a polygraph test.
As soon as I came up the driveway here, I noticed a brown Honda parked there, older, reddish-brown, rust-brown.
Plates. Knowlton called authorities the next day, but was never questioned until 9 months later in 1994. Then in 1995, when he was subpoenaed to appear before a grand jury, strange things began to happen.
I was actually beginning to be harassed by well-dressed men.
So he must have seen another vehicle there. He must have seen another vehicle there and identified that other vehicle. And he started getting gang stalked and harassed. See, this is what goes on. Yeah, everybody double tap the screen. Look, we talking about some stuff that nobody's really bringing out. And the reason we bringing this out, because the Epstein emails just revealed a possible, we got a motive. We got everything. According to the email, Hillary Clinton was doing the nasty with this guy. And we know Bill Clinton, he got a demo on him. Hotel Rwanda, where all those Africans were slaughtered, that's under the Bill Clinton administration. I'm talking about we dealing with some vipers, y'all. So don't ever confuse this platform as just a Democrat channel or a Republican channel. Nah, when we talk about politics, we're gonna exploit all the white degeneracy.
Who approached me either head-on or walked at me or walked from the side of me or walked from behind me, just giving me intense glares.
Men Knowlton said were clearly trying to frighten him into not testifying. He took witnesses with him when he was followed, including a reporter who verified that it was not his imagination. Then there's the mysterious letter that the White House offered as Foster's suicide note. The letter, torn into 28 pieces, suddenly appeared in Foster's office.
I think, who is this? Elijah P., you got it right, I believe. They swingers and killers. I believe they all freaks, weirdos and freaks. And they all be switch hitting, swapping, and murdering each other. Straight up.
This briefcase after it had already been searched twice. The letter is in fact not a suicide note, and it has no fingerprints on it.
And yes, to be clear about it, no, I'm no racist. But the reason why we exploit white degeneracy, and that is not for all white people, but those who are in control, is because they exploited our people. for a long time now. And now we're going to talk about their dysfunction because they're the ones placed in leadership positions.
Even though it was found ripped in more than 24 pieces. Even stranger, 3 leading handwriting experts examined it and declared it to be an obvious forgery.
So even the letter was fake. Now let's see what happened under the Clinton administration. This was under the Clinton administration, by the way, y'all. This was under the Clinton administration.
Vince Foster. But the Clinton administration says the White House was not notified until 8:30 p.m.
Lies. The Clinton administration said the White House wasn't even noticed. I'm over here solving this joint. So if they really wanted to bring Hillary and Bill into questioning, they can just watch this stream. You think, I mean, if I'm piecing it together, you know they piecing this together. Look at this.
It says the staff was not notified until after 9, and President Clinton was supposedly not told until after his first hour on CNN's Larry King Live program at 10 p.m. Perry said,
so he was told on national TV. See, that's how they do the blood sacrifices. That's how they do the blood sacrifices. It'll happen and be like, you'll be on Larry King Live, and they'll tell you your childhood friend just died. And then you got to act all distraught. Man, I'm telling you, man, ain't nothing new under the sun. This stuff is treacherous. This stuff is treacherous. Let's go.
As Dickey called between 7:30 and 8:30 Eastern. Dickey told the Senate Whitewater Committee she didn't learn of Foster's death until 10 p.m. and didn't call Perry until 10:30.
So it was well after 10 o'clock.
It was well at my best estimation that I called the governor's mansion was 10:30.
Okay.
Helen Dickey says that she called you at 10:30 at night, Eastern.
That can't be. There's no way. When she called me, it was between 6:30 and 7:30 p.m. Arkansas time.
And Perry and another trooper have signed sworn affidavits to that effect. Other persons Perry then called affirmed that it was early evening.
Now, perhaps Vince was falling for Hillary, and it was just supposed to be a one-hitter. Perhaps Bill, you know what I'm saying, caught feelings. It's like, yo, you was messing with my wife. Or perhaps Vince was about to just shake up everything. You know what I'm saying? Perhaps Vince just stepped out of line and was like, look, I'm going to tell everything about what we got going on with this Epstein, with Trump, with Bill, with Hillary, like with everything. You just never know. Or maybe he violated. Maybe he wasn't supposed to be with Hillary Clinton. If the Epsteins knew it was going down, then I'm sure Bill knew what was going on. I'm sure Trump knew what was going on. Tamika said, caught them feelings. Man, I'm telling you, this is wild. And all of this is alleged, but this email says a lot. Let's go.
White House phone records that could clear up the discrepancy have not been produced. But when Perry was questioned by the FBI, he got the distinct feeling that agents were trying to get him to say the calls came later.
So you got a feeling that they were perhaps trying to steer your memory a certain direction.
I think they were trying to get me to say that it was possible that I was wrong.
Former U.S. Attorney Joseph DeGeneva says he's never doubted that Foster committed suicide. But what troubles him is the cover-up that began after Foster's death.
It is obvious to me that the lengths to which people went after his death to deal with his office and to prevent people from the Justice Department getting in there leads any reasonable person to wonder aloud what was in there, why was it being removed, what were the reasons for it, and who were they trying to protect.
And Ruddy says a government cover-up of the Foster death carries grave implications for every American.
It's not just an interesting unsolved mystery case. If our law enforcement agencies can be subordinated for political reasons, all of us in this country are threatened by that.
Now, this adds a lot of relevance here because Bill Clinton, again, when it come to Hale Boggs, who he drove to the airport, was trying to uncover JFK's assassination. So could Bill Clinton be all about covering up deaths? And, and this all happened under the Clinton administration. And this was Clinton's childhood friend. And according to the Epstein email, he was smashing Clinton's wife, Hillary. This is wild, y'all. I don't know, man. These people be in the White House, man. Y'all seen the show House of Cards? By show of ones, how many of y'all watch HBO House of Cards? Hey, man, they got that from something. It really be like this. It really be like this in the White House.
Friends of Vincent Foster have said they wish the questioners would just let him rest in peace. But it doesn't appear that's going to happen until a few more of the questions about his death are answered. Dale Hurd, CBN News, in Fort Marcy Park in Northern Virginia.
During this administration, not 10 years ago.
During the Clinton administration.
It's a much more serious matter.
And a few weeks ago, Special Prosecutor Kenneth Starr appointed a new deputy prosecutor with a background in homicide to, among other things, settle questions about the Foster death. Starr's lead deputy prosecutor, Hickman Ewing, told the Memphis Commercial Appeal, quote, "There remain questions about Foster's death. Was it murder? Was it suicide? Either way, why?" Almost all of those questions have been generated by public documents ignored by the major media, even though they offer a treasure trove of contradictions and mysterious details that caught the eye of an astute Texas accountant named Hugh Sprunt.
Now we got to see how Donald Trump fits in all of this. We already see it's a lot of janky, shady stuff going on now. In the Epstein emails, Trump's name was brought into this. His name was brought in all of this. So let's tie it all together. Let's go.
We might have to reopen a cold case on Vince Foster.
Yep.
Look at it. So this is over here at Patriots.win. So let me get this straight. With the release of the Epstein emails, we found that Epstein hated Trump, didn't trust him. They weren't friends. The New York Times directly worked with Epstein to suppress stories about him. Then you had a bunch of lawyers saying Donald Trump was the only one who cooperated and helped us get Epstein when he was arrested the first time. This was also compelling that Democrats had to fake the redaction of the victim's name because the victim said, Trump didn't do anything. Yeah, I didn't see Trump do anything. And, of course, the Russiagate was confirmed as a hoax, just like we said. Are the Democrats retarded? Yes.
Okay, it's clear that he's a Republican. But the reason why we're watching him, it's clear he's trying to exonerate Trump and all that. This guy up here, he ain't going to talk about Trump blowing Bubba. He ain't going to talk about Trump's name being in the damn files 20,000 times. But the reason we watching him, because he's going to go in on Hillary. And there is some stuff that we need to see about that. And everybody double tap the screen, get the likes up.
Yeah. Yeah, their base is stupid. And now we have maybe an answer as to how a dude working for the Clintons goes into the White House. Right? He goes into the White House. And then he's found dead at a park. Shot himself 3 times in the back of his own head because he was suicidal.
Yeah, impossible.
Kill himself on his lunch break. There's no blood, Abe. There's no blood at the crime scene. And there's no security footage of Vince Foster leaving the White House. The most secure building, I would say, in the world, but definitely this country.
That's right, though. But T. Diddy said all this is a hoax. I'm going to release the files, but they're all a hoax. A hoax. But you got all this coming out. You got all this coming out. And it's a lot more because we haven't even seen a fraction of these emails. But let's continue.
The most secure building. There's not a single video of him leaving. And everybody was sitting there going, well, Killary.com. Allegedly, of course. Everybody's got 72 close known associates and friends that have committed suicide. Oh, wait, no, that's stupid. That's stupid. And now, with the Epstein release, we might have some clearer insight what happened over here.
Yep. Hillary was allegedly getting her cheeks clapped. And Bill was like, I'm not having that, dude. I can't do my Bill Clinton. Let me see. Let me see if I could give a good Bill Clinton, a good Bill Clinton impression. Y'all got to give me a couple days on that one. Bill Clinton got that Southern accent. Y'all got to give me a couple days on that one. But Bill might have found Hillary. Y'all know I could do my impressions once I listened to him a few times. But Bill was like, look, he ain't having that. Allegedly. Yep, somebody, I Am Black Madonna said, what's her name? Hillary. Yep, Hillary Clinton. Chosen One says, weirdos and freaks. Yeah, they was getting freaky deaky in the White House. Whole lot of stuff going down.
Will the left care? No, the left, of course the left doesn't care. They're full of parasites and microplastics in their testicles and in their brains. They cut their testicles off, that solves that problem, but then they still got the plastics in their brains. Now, if you don't want microplastics inside of your body, check out today's sponsor, TWC's Plastitalks. Every day we're being exposed to nanoplastics.
Okay.
Female to disgraced journalist alleges Hillary had sexual affair with suicided Vince Foster. Wow. Wow. Now, we all know that she had alleged relations with Webb Hubble.
Yeah, that would explain why, Bill Clinton was doing his Monica Lewinsky thing. Because Monica Lewinsky, that happened right around this time, y'all. Right around the time of their administration. Maybe, look, everybody was like, oh, poor Hillary. All the comedians was talking about, oh, Hillary was just sticking by her man. Even though he was getting fellatio, she wasn't saying nothing. That's because she was getting her back blown out, too. It just so happened the people she got her back blown out by got packed up out here. Yeah. Tania says, love the hole you're digging in Nubreed. This is my kind of material. That's right. Hey, this is what we do. We cook. We do some real investigative work. Let's go.
If you don't know who Webb Hubble is, look at Chelsea Clinton, and you'll be like, how come Chelsea Clinton don't look anything like Bill or Hillary, but looks exactly like Webb Hubble?
Wow. Yeah, they be doing that. Yeah, they be having secret babies and raising them and all of that.
Well, Hillary might be a whore. I thought Hillary was gay. So
he's about to say Hillary might be a whore. That's wild.
They're going. I thought Hillary was going fishing on Huma Abedin. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
I mean, all of them got dirt. I'd rather talk about this than celebrities and all of that because this is more interesting to me personally. Even I got to listen, even Obama, his chef, the story of his chef drowning and all of that, I got to look into that too because something ain't right about his chef drowning like that. Thank you for the support, Sunshine. I appreciate it. Says, let's not forget that number 47 took files from the White House during his first term. What's done in the dark will come to the light. Exposure season. Facts.
In latest twist from the trove of Jeffrey Epstein's emails released by House Democrats, a 2016 message from convicted pederast to disgraced author Michael Wolff appears to allege that Hillary Clinton had a sexual affair with former White House Deputy Counsel Vince Foster. By the way, this Michael Wolff, who's in these emails, Michael Wolff, who he's a author, but he also a contributor to CNN, seems to know that Epstein's a pederast, and then he's coaching Jeffrey Epstein on how to, it seems, allegedly, of course, to blackmail Trump right before Trump wins that first election in 2016.
Right. So yeah, that's what was going on. It's seemingly between Wolff and Epstein, they were talking about how to blackmail him, and that's when they start asking questions. Hey, does Putin got the pictures of Trump blowing Bubba, which is either Ghislaine Maxwell's horse or Bill Clinton, which Bill Clinton's has a well-known nickname as Bubba. So, you know, they look like some type of diabolical lover spat where all these soulless beings are just foul with it. Now, and I want you to keep in mind, all of these are consenting adults. Now, the reason we talk about this to draw awareness to the actual issue. The actual issue is in Epstein's emails, he was also asking for pictures of children. Children. One guy he's emailing, some billionaire, don't remember his name right now, but he's emailing the guy and he says, listen, Epstein says, send me picture with child and make me smile. So listen, everybody connected with Epstein. In my opinion, anybody connected with this guy, anybody that's a client of this guy, anybody who is going to that island, anybody who's hanging around this guy, I'm looking at them sideways. So it ain't, you know, although they might have been doing what they were doing together, but something ain't right. Yeah, Epstein is the epitome of evil. And Epstein is the same one who said in the email that Donald Trump doesn't have a decent bone in his body. His best client and worst client was Trump. Let's go.
And he's like, hey, CNN's going to ask Trump about his relationship with you. And if he lies about it and says that he was never at the island, then, wow, there's some political capital for you. Boy, that's Latin for blackmail, allegedly, of course. So Michael Wolff seems to know that Epstein's a pederast, but he keeps writing books, writing articles, and working on CNN. Huh?
All right, so somebody said, check TMZ. They cleared up the Bubba thing. I will go there. Give me a moment.
CNN loves to hire. Go check them out. They got a whole bunch of producers that have been arrested for pedophilia. CNN. Interesting. Anyway, here you've got Jeffrey Epstein claimed that Hillary Clinton had a sexual relationship with former attorney and White House counsel Vince Foster. Yeah, who happened to commit suicide. Yeah, suicide, guys. Nobody's buying that. There's a lot of suicides around the Clintons. Epstein knows what I'm talking about. Oh, wait, no, he's dead. From suicide. Here we've got...
That's how it always go. They always get taken out by self-deletion. And TMZ didn't clear nothing up. I just looked it up. They ain't clear nothing up. It ain't no way to clear it up. Unless TMZ was there. TMZ wasn't even around back then like that. TMZ wasn't around when Donald Trump and Epstein. Listen, TMZ wasn't even around when Bubba and Trump was sausage grabbing. And I don't know about y'all, man, but like soon as they said that Trump was out here giving Gok 3,000 for some reason, I mean, it's believable, you know? It's like when you really look at him now, I don't know about y'all, but when y'all look at Donald Trump now, how many of y'all see how zesty this man really is, though? Now that listen, now that you've seen that email, when you see Trump, you just don't look at him the same. It's like all of his movements and gestures is all very much flamboyant. His dancing is all just very much flamboyant. The things he say, it just is what it is, man. He's a 6'3", 6'2", 6'3", flaming flamingo, built like a damn 2-liter bottle of orange punch. out here moving real flexible. Like, it just is what it is, man. He loves dancing to the YMCA song all the time. There's so much footage of him. I mean, you seen the guy stroking the damn microphone like something really, like he was ready to let his damn toupee clap. The man, listen, the man, it's not something wrong with Donald Trump, y'all. Something wrong with him. Damn it. We see it. Something's wrong with Trump. Anyway, let's go.
Newsbaum. All right, so this is from Jeffrey Epstein's Newsbaum. White House.
Man, y'all got to get the likes up, man. Get the likes up on the video. Double tap your screen. Get the likes up. Y'all done mess my damn numbers up because y'all don't know how to hit the like button. Yeah, I'm talking to y'all. Y'all done mess my views up because y'all don't want to hit the damn like button. That's what y'all do. Let me see. Let me make sure I got my. Y'all be treating me like I just came to YouTube or something. Like I haven't been doing this for y'all, the good people. Let's go.
Council. Hillary doing naughties with Vince. Holy shit. What is going on over here? What?
Yeah, it said it right there in the email. She was doing the naughty with Vince.
High importance, I bet. And this is regarding Trump, of course. Regarding Trump. So, in regards to Trump, Hillary's banging Vince.
So, you know, if that's in regards to Trump, it's in regards to Trump for a reason. Let's go.
Is that how he ended up dead? Maybe Vince was done banging her? Maybe Vince was going to tell people that he was banging her?
Yeah, that could be the case too. Perhaps Hillary Clinton was going to say something. Perhaps she was going to say something. I mean, perhaps Vince was going to say something.
If you have a dude who's found dead in a park, multiple gunshots, right? And then you find out that he was having an alleged affair with somebody, doesn't that person become suspect number one, right? You ain't got to be the Hartley boys, right? You don't need to have a deuce. Got a raging clue. So maybe we should, Trump, listen, we're going to lock this bitch up one way or the other, okay? I know she ain't paying her taxes. Al Capone her. Or let's look into this. Official investigations, including those by U.S. Park Police, independent counsels Robert Fisk and Ken Starr, those names are familiar, and congressional probes, all concluded it was a suicide. Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they concluded that. I mean, at the end of the day, we should see what it is.
I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I don't consider myself a conservative or a liberal.
But Sprunt helped bring attention to the case through his initial investigation.
See, only people who think like this guy can bring forth the truth. Only people who think like this guy can bring forth any truth.
Whoever
Details that caught the eye of an astute Texas accountant named Hugh Sprunt.
I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I don't consider myself a conservative or a liberal.
But Sprunt helped bring attention to the case.
Yeah, you know, people who think like this guy, they're logical. They're very logical. We think the same way on this platform. We're not Democrats. We're not Republicans. We consider ourselves free thinkers. And that's why we're able to solve things, because we don't got our emotions in the way. Let's go.
Through his initial investigation.
Whoever wrote these official reports, and there have been 4 on the Foster death, they must have expected no one to read the underlying investigative record because the disconnects are so fundamental.
Sprunt marvels at all of the basic inconsistencies of the official investigation, including even the color of the gun found in Foster's hand. It doesn't take a color TV to see that the gun shown in this death scene photo is black. Then why do FBI documents suggest that Foster's wife Lisa was shown a silver gun as the death weapon, which she then confirms as her husband's?
Lisa is not a gun person, but she knows her colors. Why did she say she thought the gun that killed her husband was this silver gun if the FBI presented her with the black gun at the beginning of the interview? I've tried to reconcile that in my mind and come up with an innocent explanation, and I don't have one.
The only conclusion that can be reached is that Mrs. Foster was shown a silver gun. Then there is the confused and sometimes panicky testimony of the Fairfax County EMS workers who found the body. One of the first on the scene, Richard Arthur, thinks that he saw a silver semi-automatic in Foster's hand. And during a 1994 deposition to the counsel for the Senate Banking Committee, Arthur became upset when it appears he felt he was being railroaded into calling the death a suicide. Arthur to Senate Banking Committee counsel Glenn Ivey. From what I saw, there's a question. Now, if I was to take you for your word, then fine, it could be a suicide. But I'm still saying there's a question because I didn't see all that. And if a man put a gun in his mouth and blew his head backwards, how did the gun get under his leg? How come he was laying perfectly straight? How come there was only blood going down the right side of his neck, down the right shoulder? Why not the left? Then the record shows that Arthur became so disturbed that his lawyer had to tell him to relax. Another Fairfax County EMS worker at the scene initially coded the death as a homicide. But
man, I'm telling you, bro, initially it was recorded as a homicide. This is, for those just joining, this is Bill Clinton's childhood friend, who we just recently found out through the Epstein emails was allegedly smashing Hillary Clinton. And all of this happened during Bill Clinton's administration. Trump's name was in all of this. And it was regarding money too. I don't know. It was regarding Trump being worth $10 billion and all. It's just, it looks like some lovers' quorum. Like, these people are just scandalous, right?
all have been warned not to talk to the media about it. Vince Foster was a key figure in both Whitewater and in the firing of the White House travel office workers, the affair now called Travelgate. And questions still surround the White House cleanup operations that took place in his office the night he died. These are the White House alarm logs. They show who entered what offices and when. And they show that on the night of Foster's death, there's a mysterious entry into David Watkins and Patsy Thomason's office. Apparently, a short time after Thomason logged in herself. It shows something called a MIG group. What is a MIG group? Pritchard got a fishy response from the Secret Service.
They first told me it wasn't them. Then they got back to me and said, no, we were wrong, it is our group. And they were doing an alarm check. And there's nothing sinister about it. And I said, well, what does it stand for? And he said, well, we can't tell you what it stands for, and it's classified anyway.
Pritchard thinks MIG Group stands for Maintenance and Installation Group, part of the technical division of the Secret Service. Persons who might be capable of disabling an alarm, shutting off a surveillance camera, or cracking a safe.
Wow. So look, man, it'll be the Secret Service taking stuff out. Bill Clinton was the damn president. They lied about the time the White House got the calls. Bill Clinton happened to be on a late night show when he got the news. Yo, it all makes sense. It all makes sense, man. This is wild.
We don't know if they met with Patsy Thomason or what was discussed, but we do know that later that evening, Foster's office was entered and files were removed, something the White House first tried to deny. And finally, there is the mysterious story of Mr. X. In 1993, Mr. X made a series of phone calls to Paul Rodriguez, now managing editor for Insight Magazine, sister publication of the Washington Times. Mr. X told Rodriguez that on July 20th, the day Foster died, he saw a man fitting Foster's description being carried through Fort Marcy Park by two well-dressed men. Mr. X told Rodriguez that the man who...
That sounds like Secret Service, man. That sounds like the Men in Black. That's what they do. Double tap to the head, pop, pop, carry you away. That's it. That's all she wrote. And then notice in the email, in the Epstein email, they said that Vince was a Hillary problem. It makes sense, y'all. He was going to tell. Yo, that's what it was. That's what it had to be, man. He was going to tell the world that him and Hillary Clinton had an affair, y'all. He caught feelings. He caught feelings, man. They was all swinging. This is my theory on this now, y'all. They was swinging. Vince caught feelings for Hillary and was threatening to air it out. They got rid of him. Bop, bop, Secret Service. He took his best friend out. Bop, bop, bop. Secret Service. And then, oh shit, this is wild. And then the Monica Lewinsky thing came out. Yo. Only in America, yo. Only in America. I'm thinking that's what happened, bro. Now, Vince had a wife, too. And that, I mean, what's y'all theories is? It sounds like Kim C says sounds logical to me, but y'all might have y'all theories too, man. But that's what it sounds like to me. Man, it's just some white degeneracy, man. Just white dysfunction. I don't know about y'all. I just like talking about white dysfunction, bro. I just like to exploit it and get paid for it. Straight villain. Political villain. It is what it is, though. Let me see. Let's go.
Appeared to be drunk, was carried from a car in the parking lot and into the woods. Mr. X said he saw the two men lie the third man down on his back in a spot that matches the location where Foster was found. Rodriguez says he doesn't know if Mr. X was telling the truth, but he knows this. Mr. X recounted details of the case that at the time were still secret. He also says that the man obviously feared for his life.
I've dealt with a lot of kooky individuals, given the types of stories I've worked on, but I detected a true fear. He called just about a half dozen, maybe 8, 9 times.
What?
By way of the sound. They were from payphones, usually along highways. You could hear the big trucks.
So he was making calls, like they were after him.
The man was very emotionally upset, very concerned for the safety of himself, concerned for the safety of his 2 children.
Mr. X eventually stopped calling and has never been heard from again. He may be yet another piece to the puzzle of what really happened to Vincent W. Foster. The passage of time has not settled the many questions surrounding the...
So now in 2026, we get this email. In 2026, we get this email. 2025, my bad, damn. In 2025, we get an email saying that Hillary was doing a naughty with Vince, and Vince was a problem for Hillary. Vince was a problem for Hillary. And again, you know, I already told y'all, man, Bill Clinton has a history, y'all. He has a history. So I wouldn't put it past Bill Clinton to get somebody lined up, man. This right here, Thomas Hale Boggs Sr. Bill Clinton drove this man to the airport where it was an engine failure. He ended up missing, all because he was threatening. He was threatening to, well, basically he was going against the grain with the JFK murder. The one-shot theory, all of it. He was giving all of the people a hard time. He's like, look, I don't believe this theory. So they made a young Bill Clinton before Bill Clinton was the president. Before Bill Clinton was the president, they had young Bill Clinton, who was just an intern at the White House, Just a young Bill Clinton gave him a ride to the airport. And listen, that was a future president. Like, look, you got to get him out the way. So I'm telling you, this stuff is treacherous. And then now you got Trump, his name is in it. It's treacherous, y'all. Real scandalous stuff going on. Let me see. Let's read some of these comments here. Yep, somebody said all the pieces of the puzzle are available, just remain to assemble them. Right. I'm telling you, it's always the people closest to you that align you up for the kill. It'll always be them people closest to you. This was Bill Clinton's childhood friend. That's right, I am Black Madonna. They make fun of us and call us ratchet, but look at this. Yikes, messy. Exactly. And sometimes you just got to hold up a mirror to America. They talk about this black fatigue and all of that just because they got nice suits and they got these damn, positions of power. Don't mean they not scandalous and messy, man. These people are the messiest. And then, Trump's ballroom, man. I don't know if y'all seen Trump's ballroom, but that sounds crazy. Trump got a ballroom. That gives so many meanings now. But anyway, it looks like a temple. That ballroom looks like a temple. It looks like one of them temples that they sacrifice youngins in. That's what it looked like. It don't look like a regular ballroom where people just come together. It just looks very much weird. That ballroom does not look normal. Yeah, man. Listen, in order to get to the highest office, ball worship. That's what I think. And I think it's going to be human sacrifice going on in there. I don't put nothing past these people. And he's spending a lot of money on that. But man, these people, man, you gotta piece the stories together. If y'all like this type of material, man, let me know, y'all. And y'all can get more investigative journalist work. I like going into the history. I like going and piecing this stuff together from what's happening now. And of course, there's gonna be more Trump news in the future. And we'll get to that. But I tell you this though. These people are shiesty, real shiesty. Somebody said, Nubreed, you said they are all one. They are. Democrats and Republicans. They all shiesty. And that's what we've been telling people for the longest. Kim C says, but you got to be desperate to want Hillary and then fall in love with her is insane. Yeah. I mean, she was a lot younger back then, but I don't know, man. Vince seemed like, so when you look at Vince, he looks to be, I don't know. He seems like a more innocent type of dude. But I don't know. I mean, he was in there getting it in with somebody else's wife. I can't say that, but nah, he don't look innocent. He ain't innocent at all. Let me see. This Vince guy. This is him right here. Look, he got a lot of first picture he come up. Ain't that Hillary? Look. First picture that come up. Look, they were thick as thieves. Look, she got the wine in her hand. Look, that picture with the wine, and I don't even think y'all can see the wine in her hand. They both got wine in this junk. Oh, what is this? Yep. It's not showing the whole picture, but let me see. Let's see if I can do it this way. You know what I'm saying? Look, they got the wine glasses. Yeah. That's the first thing that came up. Him and Hillary. I'm telling you, man, that's how these people get down. Yep. And I think this is his wife. Is that Vince? Yeah, it's Vince when he was younger. I think that's his wife right there. Yeah, man, this stuff is crazy. But anyway, we got more material coming. I want to thank y'all for watching. I want y'all to have a blessed one. You know, support the broadcast by going to nubreedglobaltruth.com and get yourself a No Bubba, No Diddy hat. Matter of fact, before we even close out, I like to share the No Bubba, No Diddy hat. You know what I mean? And y'all cop one of these joints. Y'all cop one of these. Mine is on the way. Yeah, get your No Bubba, No Diddy hat. Cause this is what we on. This is what type of time we on. But I want to thank each and every one of y'all.